Tyson, what's up, man? It's not to have you on here. How you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, brother. I appreciate you for having me on.
Yeah, I appreciate you for coming on, bro. I've been watching you for a while, man. Man, it's so crazy. I think I started watching you when you were like 16, I think, bro. And
Yeah.
I remember when you did that podcast with Sneako, I'm like, holy shit, you were 15 at the time. I wouldn't watch that live, but I was like, bro, holy shit, if this kid got Sneako on, I'm like, he's a year younger than me, and I'm like, I could see myself in you in a while, for a while. But then then you see like guys your age or close to your age doing better than you, or that just motivates you. Some people get discouraged by that. Some people it
Uh,
motivates them. What would you say, man, made like high level people like really even want to speak to you, or like was it a vigor? Was it ambition you had? Was it something
yeah.
else?
So for the Sneako podcast in specific, he even said like during the thing, he's like, I probably wouldn't be speaking to you right now if I couldn't hear that ambition in your voice.
Mm.
Right. So I think this is like I mean, bro, I teach this too. Being young is such an edge, right? Like when it comes to networking with people, because so many people look at the young guy and they want to kind of like live through him. Like they kind of
Mm.
miss that energy, that youthful energy that they used to have. And when they see it in you, it kind of inspires them in a bit. So they're more
Mm.
likely to give you opportunities. So yeah, like I pitched myself to Sneako. The full story with that is I talked to Sneako's manager. He told me it was going to be like $2,500 to book Sneako for a
Mm.
podcast. And I had like a vision board, right? And right in the middle of that was interview Sneako is my biggest thing.
Yes.
So I like told him like, bro, like I don't have that money. Like I'm 15, bro. I ain't gonna pay. Like I had the money, but I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $2,500 for one podcast. Like that's kind of crazy. So I joined Sneako's creativity kit. And bro, I meant to join the calls a lot sooner, but I kept missing the calls because I was in school when you
Mm.
do them. So I'd be like
Yeah.
I'd be in like science or whatever when he's doing the calls. So I was in there for like a couple months just getting scammed pretty much because I couldn't join the calls and I was always late to them. And then one day, I think I got off school early or something. I don't even know what happened. And I managed to catch one of his calls. And bro, I was like so nervous in there. Like I didn't want to like disrupt the flow of the conversation. Like they're talking about like networking or like whatever. I can't even remember. But I got the balls, bro. I unmuted myself. I'm like, yo, Sneako, like it's my biggest goal to have you on my podcast, bro. Like this is the number one thing on my vision board. I want to interview you. Your manager told me it cost $2,500. I don't have that right now. Like, how can I get you on my podcast? And I was thinking, like, best case scenario, this guy's like, oh, we could do it in like a month or whatever, like a week. This guy drops everything he's doing and he's like, yo, let's just do it right now. Like, let's just run the shit right now. So, in the middle of this guy's creativity course call, he ends up stopping the whole call to do a podcast with me mid call. And yeah, bro, it's funny because I still get people to this day that like DM me and they're like, "Yo, bro, I remember you from like Sneako's creativity kit. Like, I remember you. Like, a lot of people know me from that Sneako podcast.
Mm.
Like, I'd say like a ton of people know me just from that. And then they see my other stuff pop up and they remember me. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, I dropped everything I was doing. I remember I didn't have questions written down. I remember running out. My dad was like in the living room. I was like shaking. I'm like, I'm doing a podcast with Sneako right now, like writing down questions and stuff.
Yeah.
And bro, that was fucking dude. That was surreal, bro. That was crazy.
Yeah, man. And it's also I watched that podcast twice actually. Last time I saw it was a few months ago. I remember, but that was a podcast and even the questions. But I could tell you kind of like had the questions on the go. Like you didn't have them prepared, did you?
No, no, no. I did not have any prepared. I was just going off the chat and off the top of my head, bro. Because
Hmm.
yeah, because I even told Steve, I'm like, yo, can I have like 5 minutes to like write down questions? He's like, bro, let's just do it right now. Like, go off the chat. Like, he basically put me on the spot, right? He's like, okay, let's see it, bro. You're ambitious. You're biting off more than you could chew. Let's see if you could chew it. And I mean,
Mm.
I think I chewed it pretty good. A lot of people say I chewed it pretty good. But
Oh
bro,
yeah.
that's kind of the key to life, bro. You gotta bite off way more than you could chew. Like for me right now, I'm getting Andrew Tate on my podcast at the age of 17. Bro, I'm biting
Yeah.
off way more than I'm supposed to be able to chew. But bro, that's how you win in life, bro. You gotta bite off more than you can chew and just find a way to chew it, bro. Because at the
Mm.
end, you're gonna be full. You know?
Yeah, bro. Especially like Sneako started posting when he was like what 14, 15, something like that.
True, yeah.
So Sneako can actually see himself in you, bro. I actually believe that, bro. To be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely, bro. I remember I was always the young kid, you know, in this space and content creation, etc. Now, bro, you're even younger than me, bro. It's so nice to see someone my age, like basically my age, bro.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love what you're doing, man. And honestly, bro, I feel like I had a similar situation happen like this when it was like I had a little bit more time to prepare, but it was with Max Lewis. He's worth like 40 or 50 million. So it was a big. This was like the richest person I've ever even talked to in my life. Not just did a podcast for that, even spoke to. So I was like, you could tell in the podcast, bro, I was stuttering a little bit, etc. And I had a couple of questions prepared, but it was like a few hours notice. Bro, holy shit. I was like, I didn't fuck that up completely, but I could tell that was like very bad. Like I was real like fucking nervous in that moment. I'm still glad it kind of happened.
Yeah.
But man, like that podcast, I still remember to this day. That was like probably like the most nervous I've ever been on a podcast, bro. Like,
Yeah. Did you get it where like your mind would like go blank when you're trying to like think of stuff to say?
oh, bro, you don't even know how much, man. It's like, and especially,
Yeah,
bro,
bro.
the guy Max, he was blitzkrieging through the questions, right? He was answering them really quickly. He didn't really elaborate that
Yeah.
much. So it's like I was like, holy shit! I'm always already like 3/4 of all of the questions, and we're only like 20 minutes in. Like, what the fuck do I do now? Oh, like I
Yeah.
was fucking scared, right?
Dude, that's valid, bro. I remember one time I was actually on somebody else's podcast and he had 800 viewers live. And for me, that was like a lot of the time. And I don't know, bro. I think I like slept bad. Like there's something weird in my personal life, and I just wasn't in a good headspace.
Mhm.
I remember I went on there and I was like talking, and my mind just went completely blank, bro. Like out of nowhere. And like, dude, that traumatized me, bro. I was like scared of my mind going blank. Like, I didn't go on anybody's podcast for so long because I was worried about that. But bro, that's the thing, bro. Because now I've evolved so much. Now I could go on your podcast. I could go on
Yeah,
anybody's podcast. I'm not scared of losing my train of thought because what you can say, bro, because nobody's perfect. You just be like, oh, I just like lost my train of thought and just catch
yeah.
yourself. Like a lot of people put so much pressure on themselves. And I think I was like 16 at the time. So like 800 viewers is a lot of people. I was like, holy shit.
Mm.
But yeah, dude, sometimes you just gotta slow yourself down and just be like, yeah. I mean, it comes with experience. Like when you do a bunch of
Oh yeah,
podcasts, you definitely. But bro, I know what you're saying. Like when somebody's just like plowing through your questions, you
yeah,
can't think of any questions, and he's just like rapid
yeah,
firing.
bro.
It's not really talking. It's like holy shit. I definitely know that
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah. Holy shit! I wanted to say something, but I completely forgot. Fuck's sake! Yeah, this happens, bro, so often. Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah, my first podcast, right? So, I have like 52. This is my 52nd podcast, right
Yeah,
now.
that's
My
good, bro.
first,
That's good.
yeah, my first one was my first one was a guy with like 1,000 followers. But my second ever podcast was Andrew Arteco, who had 400,000 followers, and that was
Damn.
like. Because, bro, I was outreaching to like fucking Travis Scott. I was outreaching to anybody, bro. I was like fucking 16-year-old arrogant kid, bro. I was outreaching to anybody, big celebrities, whatever. But I was so surprised when Andrew Arteca replied to me, right? He's like a big businessman in Romania, whatever. He had like 400K, bro. I was fucking shaking, and especially English is my first language, so I had that accent, like thick accent, so also like, but he had it too, right? He was Ukrainian, but that
Yeah.
was a good podcast. But probably like, I don't even get nervous before podcasts anymore, but I get more excited. Like I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
it. You
Dude,
know?
that's exactly the same for me. I transmuted that nervous energy into just like excitement, you know? And that's when you really start to love what you're doing, you know, when you start getting that
Oh
excited
yeah, bro.
feeling. And it
Yeah.
comes from like not taking it too seriously. Like obviously take your craft seriously, like put in good thought to like what you're
Mhm.
doing. But like don't take it like so freaking seriously where you're like stressing out and like you get anxiety because you don't know what you're gonna say. Like, bro, nobody's perfect at the end of the day. You gotta realize you're still young. You're doing better than like 90% of like kids your age
Oh yeah.
or people your age. So yeah, man, you just gotta keep plugging away and realize nobody's perfect and don't put that much pressure
Mm.
on yourself, you know?
Yeah, when I dropped out of high school when I was 16, bro, so many of my classmates were like, like telling me like, bro, you're gonna work for the rest of your life. You're a fucking retard, whatever, like, etc. And I remember, bro, it was so painful at that moment because I was basically I didn't have the results yet, but I wanted to prove them wrong, but I couldn't. And even after like 6 months after I left, I was still speaking to them. I don't know why. That was the biggest mistake. The big mistake. But they were always like, "How is that little podcast of yours going?" Like they were leaving hate comments and stuff like that. And bro, I used to cry at night because of that, bro. I was like actually very fucking ashamed. or like not ashamed. I never quit, right? But I was just like, man, I hope that they would just not care. They would just forget about it. But they didn't. They liked the fact that they thought that they knew that internally it was kind of hurting me. And I feel like when like I started freelancing, when I started doing thumbnails and clips, and I started like having a couple of friends do it with them, etc., getting more clients together, working together. I eventually got a few $100 a month, etc. And they were like, "Hey, what job are you working?" And that was like 1 year after I dropped out. And the nicest thing I ever said was, "Bro," or like nicest feeling ever was saying, "I don't have to work a job." And bro, that was the nicest feeling ever. Like being able to, because I was still DMing with them, talking with them, whatever. And when they asked like, "What job are you working?" and I'm like, "I don't have to work a job," And that was like, bro, I wish that feeling upon anybody, bro. I was like, finally, the guys that bullied me and saying me that this is a stupid mistake I'm doing. I mean, they just said, "Oh, okay." They didn't really reply anything, like they didn't really make fun of me after that. And like they're still watching my stories, and I still see that, but they're not actually like hating on me anymore. Like they're not saying good things, obviously, because they don't feel good about that. They won't compliment me or congratulate me. Of course they won't. But it's like,
Yeah.
and I haven't
So
achieved that
that's
much,
why
bro.
Black and Rich, right? Don't say congratulations, but I know they watch
Ah,
that shit.
yeah. Yeah, bro.
It's facts, bro. They probably feel some type of way, bro. They feel insecure because they see you doing good for yourself, and maybe they want to be your friend again, but they don't know how to introduce themselves back in your life because of how they treated you in the first place, and they should feel awkward about
Hmm.
that. You know?
I actually don't think that they want to be friends with me. And granted, I
No.
don't want to be friends with them either. Okay.
Yeah, you
But,
shouldn't.
but
You
yeah,
shouldn't.
man. But yeah. It feels good, making progress in general.
Yeah, that's super valid, bro. And I think the fact that you just like stuck with it, right? Because so many people fold under that, like, oh, what if
Mm.
I'm stupid? I dropped out of high school. I made the wrong decision. Everybody's hating on me. Like, I can't be right. Like, they must be right. If everybody's against me, I must be in the wrong. And
Mm.
most people just fumble. They'd probably go back to school. They'd quit their podcast. But, bro, here you are 52 episodes later doing your thing, making money in other ways as well. And, bro, that's a testament to your character that you
Mm.
kept going, right? Despite all that shit. And that's actually right there what differentiates the people that win from the people that fold, right? You just got to keep going, man. I tell this to everybody, right? Because people are like, oh, Tyson, like, you're not rich yet. Yeah, bitch, I'm 17. Like, obviously, I'm not
Yeah.
rich yet, but I'm not going to quit. And success is literally inevitable. Like, I'm not sure if you know Sunny Faz, right? Like, Sunny,
Mm-hmm.
he's like friends with like a lot of the people he does content. He
Yeah.
told me, he's like, bro, keep going at this pace. Success is literally inevitable. And to hear that
Yeah.
from somebody that I look up to, like Sonny, I'm like, damn, he's telling me success is literally inevitable. Like, would I listen to the 100 people hating on me, or the one person that's in the position that I want to be telling me it's possible? You know?
Yeah, man. Honestly, it's about thinking of when, not if. I feel like that's
Exactly.
what
Yeah.
keeps you going. Because if
Exactly.
you actually don't believe in it, eventually you're gonna fumble, right? Like because your parents, if they like, for me at least, like they say like at least get a job or like at least do something, like plan B, whatever, etc. And I understand where they come from because as well, like they come from a different world, like they don't know about this stuff, like that people make not just a living, but actually build like, good lives with this.
Yeah.
So I can't judge them for that at all. I absolutely understand why. But it's about not taking people's opinions seriously because they don't see the vision that you have. I always heard this quote: God wouldn't have put that deep desire in your heart if he knew it was impossible for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
That's absolutely what I believe. And so, yeah, man, did you ever like had to struggle with IRL haters, like friends, family, or someone like that, like people in real life?
Yeah, bro. So my first ever video that like blew up, I did like a video calling an owl to a forest, and it got like I went all over the news, right? This is in the summer of 2020 though, so it was like quarantine. I hadn't
Mm.
seen a lot of these people in a while, and I was all over the news like locally. I was all over like Canadian media for this story, like calling an owl. And I thought it was so sick, bro. I'm like, damn, like I'm a YouTuber now. I'm gonna have so much clout when I go back to school. And I remember I went back to grade 8 because like COVID was kind of over, quarantine was over. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm gonna have so much aura. And dude, I got hated on so bad for like the owl stuff, like for the YouTube, like people called it cringe, bro. People hated so hard. And people would be like, "Oh, you're making
Mm.
any money?" I'm like, "Not yet, bro," because I wasn't monetized yet. I had like 300 subscribers,
Mm.
so I was all over the news. and like a bunch of people saw me, but it wasn't necessarily translating because I had like 300 subscribers. So yeah, bro, I got hated on heavily. Like it was bad, bro. That was like some of the darkest like
Mm.
thoughts, like darkest kind of like mind state I've been in. One of the darkest mind states I've been in for a while. But then like closer to the summer, my friend like popped off on TikTok. I'm like, damn, bro, maybe I should start posting my stuff on TikTok. So I put my video on TikTok overnight. It got like 1 million views. And that's kind of when people stopped hating on me because I
Mm.
walked into school the next day and everybody in my class saw me on their For You page because I went like
Yeah.
viral, like I'm over a mil overnight. So I walk in and everybody's telling me they saw me on their For You page, and that's
Mm.
when I kind of got a bit more respect. Like, okay, you could actually like do something with this. And of course now, bro, like yeah, even after that, bro, then I go into high school. Then it's like, yeah, I got hated on there too, right? People would be like,
Mhm.
"Oh, you're like nobody, like you're not doing anything." Because, bro, here's the thing with YouTube, right? It's always like ebbs and flows. So haters will just see you when you're like kind of like
Mm.
falling and kind of stalling, and they're like, "Ah, bro, you're not going anywhere." But people don't realize success is like a 1-2 day thing, bro. You could go from here to here in like 1 or 2 days,
Yeah.
and that's literally what I did with Sneako. And this is the funniest thing is I was in the middle of like my channel was dead. I was like, what the hell do I post? I was like, I literally didn't know what to post. People are like hating on me, saying I'm like gonna go nowhere in life. And then, bro, I get the Sneako interview, and just like that, I got so much clout in the city. Everybody's talking about me.
Mm.
Tyson just interviewed Sneako. This kid's actually doing shit. Then I got followed by Andrew Tate. Then I hit 30,000 on YouTube. Then I got 40,000 on Twitter. Now people talk to me
Mhm.
like, bro, you got motion now, right? So it's literally
Yeah.
just going from the kid that got hated on, but like I could have quit, just like you could have quit, right? I
Yeah.
could have quit, but I stood 10 toes down on something, the vision that God gave me. I know it's going to work out, right? And that type of confidence is like unheard of, bro. That makes you seem like an alien to people. That
Mm.
type of thinking, that type of confidence, people can't even fathom that in this day and age. Like, what do you mean you know you're going to win? Well, I just know I'm going to win. Like, I can't really
Mm.
describe that to you. If you can't relate to that, well, that's too bad, bro. But I know I'm going to win, and I'm going to do the
Yeah.
shit that's going to make me win. And in the end, I'm going to win, bro. In the end, I already am winning. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
the fruits are starting to bear. But yeah, bro, I think everybody goes through the same thing. And that's why everybody at the top is kind of like, they kind of relate to each other because
Mhm.
it's kind of like a similar path that everybody goes through. Like if you look at any successful person, it's always the same thing. Yeah, I got hated on,
Yeah.
and I made it. It's the same story every time.
Yeah, it's so repetitive if you think about it, and we're living it. We're gonna be like thinking about this these days in a couple of years from now, like on the on the balcony somewhere in Miami or Dubai, and thinking about these days. You know, when you can detach yourself from a present moment for a second and realize there's no way you could not achieve it if you keep going for 3 years, 5 years. Like
Yeah.
it's like it alleviates some of that stress, but I realize how much it hurts, because the people are hating on you, they're right in this moment. Right
Mhm.
now, they are winning. Right
Yeah.
now, they are right. And many people can't persist that. The one thing that was very helpful for me was school communities, honestly, bro. Like Hamza's Adana school, for example, I found a
Mhm.
lot of support there. I spoke to Hamza a couple of times on a coaching call, etc. I was
Yeah.
actually trying to get Hamza on my podcast, but he was preparing for his fight. He said he's too busy. I was DMing him, or I was actually DMing his sister. She was like his assistant, right? I think. So basically, it was busy, right? And then I tried outreaching to James Whiting, who is his coach, right? And he also said that he was busy. They both replied, but Hamza actually follows me on Instagram, which was cool, bro. That
Oh,
felt
hell
amazing.
yeah, bro. That's awesome.
When Hamza followed me on Instagram, that felt so good. Not gonna
Dude,
lie.
I wish I could show you. I don't know if I can show you my vision board right now, but yeah, on my vision board, it's so funny. I literally have interview Hamza, and my plan
Yeah,
was
me
to
too.
join a school to try to like network. Like I was gonna do that like a little bit later on. Do you like know like? Do you have to be in Adonis school to like reach out to a sister and stuff, or can you like do that
No,
without the
like
school?
okay. Hamza usually like sees his DMs, he'll like maybe your message, but he won't really reply to be honest.
Yeah.
But honestly, bro, if you just make some friends with some friends of his from Bali, I think there's some opportunity there.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a Hamza podcast would go like crazy. And that's the thing about networking too, is when you get big names, it's easier to get others. So for
Yeah.
Hamza, yeah, for example, I pitch Hamza like this. I'd be like, hey, I'm 17, I'm grinding, I have 30,000 on YouTube, 40,000 on Twitter. I've had Sneako on my podcast. I'm followed by Andrew and Tristan Tate.
Oh
And
yeah,
that right there is social proof. That right there is
bro.
like, holy shit,
Yeah,
this kid's 17 with all that stuff. Why wouldn't I go on his podcast? And then
yeah,
cherry on top, I'd say I've been very inspired by your message. Boom. It's like when you pitch it
yeah,
like that, why wouldn't he go on? You know?
yeah. That actually sounds really good if you think about it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Exactly,
reason
bro.
why I
You gotta
mentioned,
use stuff that you've done for leverage. Yeah.
yeah, something like that happened when Hamza followed me a while after that. I got King's Community on my podcast, which was a guy with 2 million followers. That was the biggest, or 1.9. That was the biggest podcast that I ever did. And I remember I wasn't even that nervous because that was like my 30-something podcast. I was doing it for a year. After I got Max Lewis, who's worth like 40 mil, after that was the biggest anxiety I ever had from a podcast. After that, nothing could get me more nervous than that. So having King's Community on my podcast wasn't really that stressful. But he mentioned, like, before we did a podcast, like, yo, how do you know Hamza? And I'm like, well, we don't really know each other. I just invited him on a podcast, and he said he's busy, but he followed me, so he just like noticed that, you know. So basically, he said that he responded to me because he saw that Hamza followed me. So that was like a really interesting.
See, that right there is a whole other point, because when you get followed by certain people, it shows up, right? If they follow that person too, like, it shows up as mutuals. And if you can get some big people to follow you, it's such social proof. Like for me, like I'm followed by Sneako, Tristan Tate, Andrew Tate, like so all these people, Grant Cardone, Sonny, Zherka, like all these people, right?
Yeah.
And so many more I can't even think of right now. And when people click on my profile, they're like, oh, who's the 17-year-old? What the fuck? He's followed by Andrew Tate? And then they like are even more interested. And yeah, that's super good for networking. Like, yeah, I always say like try to get follows from people. And even if they won't go on your podcast, at least see if you can get a follow, because that's still big too. And for you, bro, Hamza telling you later, I mean, he knows who you are now, right? So I can see that happening.
I don't really think he remembers me really that much. We'll text for like 15 minutes and that's it.
How long ago was that you spoke to him?
Oh, that was before his fight, right? That was before his kickboxing fight, like a week or two before that. So obviously it was.
So why don't you follow up with him?
I tried, but he just liked the message but didn't reply.
What did you say exactly?
Nah, so like, hey, yo, Hamza, you still down to do the pod, right? And he just liked the message but he didn't reply. So it ended kind of there. So I realized that, bro, like, I'm not big enough for him to really care, so I respect that, bro. I'm not gonna push again. Like, I'm gonna give it some time. Obviously, I'm not like that needy to like annoy somebody for that long.
True, but that's the thing is you have to be like a little bit pushy though. Like that's what I've noticed. Like if you follow me on Twitter, like I've been a little bit pushy with getting like Tate on the pod, but now he's following me, and Andrew Tate literally tweeted at me, "We will do it." So he said publicly. Publicly said that he'll do my podcast now, and that's from like over a year of like persisting. Like if I just sent him one DM and then stopped, like he would have forgot about me. But the fact that I've been persistent, and now the fact like I just put out a tweet, like this tweet if you still want to see me and Andrew Tate, and it got like 400 likes in like a couple hours. So that shows 400 people still want to see that, and that shows to him, damn, there's an audience here, you know.
But if you think about it, bro, when we're gonna be there are gonna be kids like us who are gonna want to get us on their podcasts, and it'll be a lot. It mean a lot to them if we follow them back, etc. So it's important to not forget how this feels for us right now, man.
Exactly, it's a cycle.
We're fucking 18. By the time we're 28, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine where we're gonna be, bro.
Dude, we're gonna be leaders for sure, bro. We're gonna be leaders in the space, no doubt.
But I wanted to say the reason why I mentioned Adonis School, I'm trying to get this, is because these communities, also found another community, Blackrock Capital, in which I've been for almost a year. I found guys that I can finally relate to, because in real life, every guy's a fucking loser. You go to the gym, and the guy still goes home and plays League of Legends, bro. Even if he goes to the gym. It's like, in real life, it's so fucking hard to find actually guys that take this shit seriously. That's why I feel like the best actually place for guys that are actually lonely, or guys that want to work hard and want to find other guys that want to work hard, find your favorite YouTuber or someone like that has a fucking community, paid or free, doesn't really matter, bro. And find those guys, find your fucking boys. So next month on the 10th, we're doing a meetup in Warsaw, right, in Poland, which is like a 10-hour drive from here. But we got one guy from the UK and one guy from Hungary going there. and it's like 8 of us right now there. So it's like it's gonna be a fucking crazy meetup, right? It's our second meetup. But these communities, bro, we have calls every day. I actually put it on my story right before this, right? At 10 p.m. we had it. And it's like, you talk about your goals, you talk about how would you do it, and you talk about, well, basically your plans, and you give each other feedback. But you actually feel like, at least this is what keeps you away from giving up. You know? When you slack, if you have that one accountability guy that actually checks on you, when you're in the building stages, it's really hard to give up. But the most important thing is, in my opinion, to not give up, you have to see some results. Okay?
True.
Like, bro, I push for guys to, bro, make your first $50 online, bro. Edit a video or do a fucking thumbnail for $20. Do something, because as soon as you see that and you buy something in real life for that money, you see that internet money is actually a real concept now. It's not just like an idea. That's what actually makes you want to repeat that again and again and again. As soon as you make $100 online, $500 online, you know, your first $1,000, it's like, holy shit, it is fucking amazing. You know, it's a good feeling.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I remember when my YouTube channel first got monetized. I was like so excited about that, bro. That's a really good feeling when you get that email. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I think that 100,000 subscriber plaque, that'll feel good too.
Oh, dude, I've been going for that for like a while now, because I started YouTube 5 years ago. So
Yeah.
I've been doing this since 2020. It's still no plaque yet, but I mean, it's on its way. You know, it's on its way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know what? It's like, it's the hardest in the beginning, it feels like, you know, because then you get more leverage as you grow. You know,
Exactly.
more people. It's easier to introduce to more people. For some reason, the beginnings in every business model, it's the hardest, really. Whatever, if you want to start e-com or whatever, it's like you have the least capital, so you can't even invest in your business. But as soon as you start making money, you can have more money to invest. Then you make more money, and then you invest more, and you make even more. So it's like, the beginning is so unfair. Like, the beginning, you have absolutely no advantage, and it's just pure effort that gets you there. It gets you the first few results. But I feel like it's that like a filter, you know?
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
Yeah. Now, what was your childhood like? How did you grow up?
My childhood, I would say I had like a pretty good childhood. Like I have great parents, a pretty good upbringing. I feel like I was kind of like raised to kind of be like super, like a super nice kid, like super nice. I feel like now I'm kind of like unlearning a little bit of that, because I realize that that's not necessarily the most optimal approach. Like, you need to be a lot more assertive in the world. And I realized, like, when I started integrating more like assertiveness into my personality, like that's when I started taking more W's. Like, I really started going for it. Like, if you think about it, interrupting Sneako's entire call to ask him to do a podcast, like that's pretty like fucking, like most people wouldn't do that,
Yeah.
right? And younger me would not have done that. So even me at the time wouldn't have done that. So I don't know why I did that, bro. That's like some power I got from God in that moment.
Yeah.
But even just like integrating that will to put yourself out there, right? Because I mean, there's like a saying, the closed mouth never gets fed, right? So you gotta keep that mouth open, bro. You gotta make yourself kind of a spectacle in a sense. Like, you have to garner attention. I think Tate says this all the time. It's an attention economy. So yeah, I'd say that's kind of my childhood in a nutshell. I mean, I could go deeper. Like, I played baseball and like a whole bunch of stuff, but I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, I could deep dive if you want, but nothing too crazy.
Do you have any regrets?
Not yet. I mean, I feel like I'm not old enough to have any like super crazy regrets. Actually, my only regret would probably be like smoking weed in high school. That'd be my only regret.
I mean, yeah, there's not a really good that can come out of that. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think
literally my
so.
only regret right now.
Yeah, man, holy shit. How were you getting guests when you first started? Like your first few podcasts, your first three, let's say. Like,
First of all,
if you think like of your outreach message back then, like, what would you change?
yeah, that's actually a really good question. Yeah, because back then when I first started my podcast, I was doing like way different content. I was doing like freedom convoy content, like the movement, like with the truckers. I don't know if you know that, like to stop the vaccine mandates in Canada. Did you hear about that? The freedom convoy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so I'd go down there, I'd live stream that, and like a lot of my content was that. So I had people kind of in that movement, and it was good because they found me through that, and that's when I first started doing my podcast. So I'd have people in that movement, and like everybody kind of in that movement, like had heard about me because of my live streams. So that made it a lot easier. They'd watch my channel, sub to my channel, so I just kind of go from there. But yeah, honestly, it's kind of hard to like remember how I pitched the first couple of people. I think it'd be like, "Hey, want to come on my podcast?" And the fact that they already knew me, they'd just be like, "Yeah, sure." But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I answered that question super good. Like, what would I change about my outreach? I don't know. I think just like building social proof. Like, hey, if you know somebody's friends with somebody that you know, be like, hey, I had such and such on my podcast already.
Yeah.
And that right there establishes trust.
Yeah. There are a couple of people I'm trying to get, like, you know, like John Mark Stevenson is one of them.
Oh yeah, dude, the aggression talk.
Yeah,
Dude, I love that guy.
I've interviewed like 3 people that have been in his coaching program, so I'm getting there.
Bro.
Getting there.
Have you spoken to him or no?
Yeah, well, he wasn't really interested. That's the thing. So
Yeah.
he replies to some my messages every now and then, but he's like, you know, whatever. Like, we're not close at all. Anyways, Brett Scales is another one, definitely.
You had him on, or you want to
No,
have
I'm
on?
trying to get him on. I reached out to him when he had like 90K, and he didn't reply. He didn't see the message probably. So now he's like on 500,000. He's probably not gonna see the message unless, you know. So it's like that's another person that I'm trying to get on. Yeah, man.
Bro, you gotta get verified. Get the blue check. That helps.
Oh yeah. That I do believe that. I actually tried that, but in my country it's pretty hard to get it, bro. I tried like the $20 a month it cost, and for some reason, bro, I just didn't get approved and they refunded me the money. I tried it twice. I'm gonna try it a third time, but I don't know, man. I'm probably gonna try to use a VPN and see if that works.
Yeah, because it's pretty big. Like I noticed, like I got more people responding to me when I had the check. Like especially on Twitter. Like if you're on Twitter, you need the blue check, bro, for sure.
Yeah, Twitter is a completely different game, bro. I've been in the crypto space on Twitter, bro. That's a completely different game. Yeah, bro. Like the blue check mark is kind of like the bare minimum there, it seems.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. What would you say is like the hardest thing about doing the podcast?
Hardest thing, but well,
Hardest or the most annoying thing?
Sometimes it's trying not to laugh because like sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I just like zone out. Like I'm not gonna lie, I got some like weird ADHD. Like that's one of my things. Like I focus more on my podcast is just like kind of locking in more. And even Sonny told me that he's like, yeah, sometimes bro, you'll be on your podcast and you're just like looking all around the room. You'll be like reading chat and like sometimes I get intrusive thoughts. Like it would be awkward right now if you just start laughing, and then I just like start laughing. Like I don't know, bro. Just I feel like that's kind of the trickiest part. And then also like still, of course, getting people on the podcast is always like it's like you're going on the hunt, and when you get somebody on your podcast, it's like you kill a boar and you go eat it. It's kind of like that. Right? You're on the hunt, so that's always gonna be like the biggest task is like fishing people to come on your podcast for sure.
Yeah, I'd say with that, bro, meditation and reading books are things that really help me with my focus a fucking lot, bro. Like, I have on my bookshelf a lot of books, and sometimes, bro, you know that's the most annoying thing about reading is I read a page and I don't fucking remember what I fucking read, and I read it again. I read the same page twice because I didn't remember the first time because I was not focused. That's the most annoying thing ever, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's very relatable. Yeah, I think everybody that's like at least attempted to read has definitely felt that because most people don't even try to read. They're like, yeah, fuck that. But yeah,
man. But honestly, there are some guys that take self-improvement to a complete extreme. Like they're too schizo about too much stuff. You know, like I can't wear underwear even in public because it lowers your sperm count or whatever. I'm like, bro, come on now. You don't want your dick going on to your shorts in the gym. Like, bro, don't be a fucking weirdo. Or no, I'm not going to put on deodorant because it has aluminum, and aluminum is an endocrine disruptor, so it lowers your testosterone. I'm like, but do you want to be a fucking Indian and smell bad, bro? Come on now, put fucking deodorant on. What the fuck?
I mean, there's like natural deodorants that you could get that like don't have
Salt and Stone. Yeah, I have one of those actually.
Yeah, it's especially when you get into like test maxing where it's kind of like gets the most autistic. But test maxing is good, bro. You should definitely lock in with that. Like that's very real.
Yeah, like buying, like there are some easy fixes, like, buying linen and cotton clothing instead of polyester or whatever. That's like one thing. On the reverse osmosis under your sink, like if you drink tap water, that's another good thing. Or like, stainless steel bottles. Like these are like one-time things that you buy once,
Yeah.
and like they are like a 80-20 rule. You know, there are like
But
so
also,
many
I spent
weird.
so much money on steak.
Ah,
Like
yeah, but that's
just
like
buying
it's kind
steak.
of worth it, bro. Like eating 10 eggs a day. Like I felt
Oh
like
yeah.
that was, bro. Eating 10 eggs a day. Like, let's just say girls will appreciate that. But bro, like
Yeah.
eating, yeah, it does. It does a lot. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Dude, there's like a retired porn star that follows me. I was like gonna do a podcast with him, and now he's like kind of like ghosting me. But I saw a video of him say one time, like the night before he was supposed to do like a porn scene,
Mm.
he'd have like 5 or 10 eggs the night
Boner
before.
shake, yeah. I know.
Yeah,
Isn't it Sterling Cooper?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly
I
who it
know him
is.
very
Yeah,
well. Yeah, man. I texted
dude,
Sterling Cooper too, actually, but he said my podcast is too small for him. So yeah,
seriously.
he, yeah, he rejected me respectfully. So like, I
Yeah,
take the L there.
yeah. Because for me, he agreed to do my podcast, but then he got like super busy. He was traveling and shit, and now he just like is ghosting me a little bit. But he still follows me on Twitter.
Yeah, but nah, man, Sterling is a G, bro. Honestly,
Yeah, yeah, true.
what would you say was your like favorite podcast to this day, except for Sneako?
Besides Sneako, yeah, because it would definitely be Sneako.
Yeah.
I'd say probably Zherka, honestly. Do you know who
Ah,
that is?
yeah. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
Zherka very well, bro. I'm yet to watch that. I didn't get a chance to watch your podcast with Zherka, but I love Zherka, man.
yeah. I did the podcast with Zherka. That was really cool. Cause like I didn't know he was gonna be streaming it too. Like I just turned on Rumble and I saw "Waiting for the Tyson Hockley podcast." That was the title of the stream, and he was like streaming, and there's like 2,000 people watching. I'm like, bro. So I went
Yeah,
on with Zherka, and then my stream on Rumble got put on the front page because the CEO of Rumble was like in
yeah.
my chat, and so I had 2,000 viewers and he had 2,000 viewers, and plus I
Holy
had like
shit.
another 100 on YouTube. So over 4,000 people were watching my podcast live with Zherka. And then the
Yeah.
clips ended up getting like 100K each on some of them. So that, bro, a lot of people know me from the Sneako and the Zherka podcast and the Gary
Yeah.
podcast and a bit of the Sunny podcast too. Those are like the
Yeah.
four like biggest podcasts I've done.
And like when people see that, they're like, "Who the fuck is this kid?" They don't know this story behind that. Like, how does Zherka even know you? You know, how did you even start a conversation with him?
Dude, I don't even know, bro. I think it was like when he was first blowing up in 2023. I like reached out to him like, "Hey, I'd love to have you on my podcast," and he followed me and he was like, "Looking forward to our collab," and he like agreed to do it. But then of course like he ghosted me, probably did like a bunch of coke. Like who knows? Like he's a wild guy. And then like a little bit later, he like unfollowed me, and then it was kind of like weird. And then I can't remember. Oh yeah. I interviewed Jordan Peterson's wife, and I went like super viral. Like a clip got like 500,000 views, and I saw he commented on that. So I like responded something to him like, "Yo, I'd love to have you on." No, he commented something like, "You're great, Tyson," or like you reply. I can't remember. He replied like, "You're great, Tyson." I'm like, "I'd love to have you on my podcast," and he's like, "Sure." So that like planted the seed. Like it
Ah,
reminded him again who I was because he saw that clip, and then like I DM'd him a little bit. Even then, it still took like a couple months for him to like fully like lock it in because it's kind of hard. Like
yeah.
Zerka's one of the hardest people to get on a podcast. That guy's wild. But yeah, man, we locked it in. The rest was history.
Yeah, man. You know, it feels like so. Actually, I don't know if you feel the same about this, but I feel like the bigger someone is, the more chill they are for some reason. Like, I feel like when I get someone like with like, you're an exception, right? But I try to get someone like with 150K followers, and they're like this super busy guy. They want me to talk to their assistant, and they like want me to pay or whatever, etc. Or they only want to do it IRL, etc. But when I get someone big like Andrew Arteca with almost 500,000, or King's Community with 2 million, it's like when I get these big guys, they're like, yeah, sure, well, bro, whatever. I send them the Calendly link, and they book it like within like 3 days, and like they're just so fucking cool about it. It's like I don't know why, man. I feel like I don't know why do you think that is, or if you had a similar experience.
Yeah, so you're saying like the bigger people are kind of just more like, yeah, let's just do it, and they don't like have like the whole
I mean,
assistant and all that.
not
Yeah,
just that, but they're like just like they're less dickhead-ish, you know, like they don't
yeah,
try to little bro you.
yeah. Yeah, because you're gonna get Lil Broed like a fair bit, like it just
Oh
kind of
yeah.
happens. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I think everybody's just kind of like different, right? But
Mm.
I don't know. It depends who you ask. Like people would say like, "Oh, Tate's Lil Broing you." It's been like a year. Like even my family would be like, "Oh, you got to give up on this Tate guy. The podcast's not gonna happen. You really think he's gonna do it?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's gonna do it. He said he would. He's a busy guy." But I mean, I don't know, bro. It really depends like who you ask, and you just gotta be patient, right?
Mm.
Because some people, it's like maybe it's like a no for now, but a yes later. So you just gotta be patient
Hmm.
with a lot of people.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people would burn a lot of bridges in these situations. I feel like, you know,
Oh, dude, I have so
They-
many bridges I could burn right now. Just people that like stall my podcast, but like I'm not gonna do that. There's no point. Like I say, you should never burn bridges. You know?
Yeah. I would always say, don't act like an ex. Don't act like an ex-girlfriend, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
A
Yeah.
lot of guys say like they owe them a podcast, you know, whatever, just
Yeah,
because they
because
said
I
like,
understand nobody owes me a podcast, right? They're still being
yeah.
nice by taking the time. So that's why I don't like because I've had people before like try to do a podcast with me and then something pops up and I like reschedule and they're way smaller than me. And then they're like
Hmm.
bitching at me about it. I'm like, bro, I got busy, like chill. Like and then they burn the bridge with
Yeah.
me because I rescheduled one time. It's like, bro, you're not gonna go anywhere. Like you gotta have way more patience.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna say this one story with Robert Malagisi, right? The thing is, he has like 50K followers, but man, it was a really chill guy to speak to. But bro, like we were supposed to do a podcast at 2 a.m. my time. We ended up doing it at 7 a.m. For 5 hours, he was edging me, you know, whatever, saying, bro, I gotta do something, you know, like, oh, bro, I'm gonna be, and I was like, okay, I was doing something else in the meantime, you know. But then I saw his story like 2 hours later. He posted a story and he was like on dinner with his girlfriend. And I'm like, holy shit, this guy just went for dinner with his girlfriend and told me like the podcast at 7. At 4 a.m. he's at a girlfriend dinner with his girlfriend. He replied like 2 hours after that. So I was like already not counting that we're gonna do the podcast anymore. I started doing something else, and he's like, yo, bro, I'll arrive home in like 30 minutes. You ready to do the podcast? I was already changing some other clothing, so I'm like, holy shit, I took a shower, put the clothing on, set up the lights, you know, the ring lights, set up the questions, whatever, you know, and like I got ready for it, you know, last minute. But it was like so cool. Like I completely thought that this guy was not gonna do it anymore, and he just instantly like was, yo, bro, I'll arrive home in half an hour. Let's do it.
So
I
did you
thought,
wake up? Did you wake up at like 2
no, I
a.m. to do
was
that
I was
podcast?
I was I was awake the whole time. It was a period when I went to sleep at like 3 p.m., woke up at 8 p.m. and worked all morning, you know. Go to the
Yeah.
gym like at 8 a.m. As soon as I come home from the gym, I go to sleep, you know. Because I work better when it's dark outside, when nobody's awake. I
So you're
like
like
working.
nocturnal.
Yeah. So even like today, I woke up at 9 p.m., you know, and it's 2 a.m. for me right now. I'm probably gonna go to sleep at like 1 p.m., you know.
Wow.
I
So you're
like
literally
this. Yeah.
nocturnal.
Yeah, it's like
You're
I have it a
literally
little bit
nocturnal,
switched.
bro. What the fuck?
I go to sleep like in the middle of the day. Like I have this hold on. I use this fucking sleep mask, right? So it's like completely dark, and also use these blue light blockers like 1 or 2 hours before I go to sleep. So this is what allows me to sleep throughout the day, and I work like in the nighttime, like right now, like 2 a.m., etc. Like this is like a morning for someone, you know. So like I
Yeah.
prefer this, but of course I change it every now and then. I used to wake up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. I go to sleep in the evening, but I find this more productive for me at least.
Got you.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
fair enough.
When did you start even doing street interviews? I saw that you started doing them.
Yeah, street interviews. I don't even really like doing street interviews anymore, especially in my city. Like a lot of people are weird. Like most people say no. Like you don't see that because it obviously doesn't make
Mm,
the video. But most of the people you ask just like say no for the interview. But
mm,
when did I start? I think I started. I think I did those like 2024, like early 2024. I think fall of 2024. I did a couple. They did go on TikTok, but I honestly don't even really like doing that content anymore. Like it's just like I don't know. And also, you don't really gain anything from that content. Like you're not even the center of attention in the content. So even
mm.
if you get a street interview video that gets a million views, like I'll ask you this: do you remember the person that interviewed the Hawk Tour girl?
Um, I don't remember his name. No.
Exactly. Like you remember her, but you don't
Yeah,
remember the guy interviewing. So did that guy
yeah,
interviewing really gain that much? Like not really.
yeah.
So
I remember he has like 8,000 followers or something like that right now. I'm not sure I remember, but I remember that she talked about the guy that she doesn't deserve to give him credit or anything like that. She said on a podcast. I remember that clip. It's like she just
for what?
disrespected the guy. She said that I don't owe that guy anything or shout out or anything,
Damn.
etc. She said that on a podcast, And I remember that clip and a lot of people hating on her and just like supporting the dude, you know, whatever. And they were like also like this day made like the villain or something like that, you know, like comments like that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, bro, like if he could go back in time, I don't know if he would have done that interview, to be honest.
Yeah, like he didn't really gain anything from that. Like I have no idea who that guy even
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it was a black guy, yeah, but he seems pretty chill. He seems to be doing content to this day. I checked
Yeah.
upon him. Checked his page like a couple of months ago, but I forgot his name. But I'm sure that somebody could search that up. To be honest,
Yeah.
man, how do you go up to those people like if they want to do an interview? What do you ask them?
I just go up to him like, hey, want to do like a quick little interview for my YouTube channel, maybe like 1 or 2 questions. And
Ah,
I try not to tell them what it's about until I'm actually interviewing them. Because
uh-huh.
like it's obviously like controversial stuff. So they're like, oh, what's it about? And I'm like, oh, you'll see, you know? Because I don't want
Mm,
to like tell them the question beforehand, because then they might be like, oh, I don't know anything about that, or just like walk away. So I try to like trap them in the
yeah.
interview a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. So, what's like the most awkward conversation like you had with someone on a street interview first?
Um, most I don't even really. I don't know. There's been a couple like weird people. This one girl. I don't know. This one chick like walked away after, and it was like a weird question because I asked her, should jobs have like DEI training or just require that you show up and
Hmm.
work hard? I don't know. I'm not sure if you know DEI was like diversity, equity, inclusion.
Yeah, I
Basically like
heard about that.
liberalization, right? So it's like basically turning you into a liberal. And I asked her that.
Oh, isn't it like black people get benefits just
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they're
that kind
black and
of
stuff like that?
diversity, equity,
Yeah,
inclusion.
I heard
Yeah.
about
I'm like,
that.
should they have DEI or just require that you show up and work hard? And she's like, we
Yeah.
should have diversity. So she completely didn't even understand the question. And then she walked away and she's like, weird question. I'm like, all right. Like, if you
Yeah,
didn't
like
even
some
understand,
people don't
it's
even
like,
understand a question because they're fucking
yeah,
nervous.
how are you gonna call it a weird question when you didn't even understand the question? Like, I don't know. People might say
Yeah.
you're weird though.
Yo, what's like the most awkward situation to happen on a podcast?
Pod, I, I actually I laughed. Somebody was like talking about his heroin addiction. I started laughing.
Ah, I think I saw that clip. Was it the SC7 Yo
Action
man?
Man, yeah. He was opening up
Action
about
Man, yeah.
heroin addiction. I just started laughing in his face,
Yeah, I saw that
unfortunately.
clip, bro. The way he was like describing, I was like, what? This guy got nostalgia
So I'm not gonna lie, I kind
flashbacks.
of blamed it on his chat a little because his chat was like making me laugh the whole stream too. So I just like looked over. I'm like, bro, your chat's just grilling you right now.
Yeah,
But bro, I don't know. Like sometimes I just have like little episodes like that, you know?
yeah. Action Man, bro. I didn't know what the fuck. How do I pronounce that shit? You know, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Action Man. Yeah, but holy shit, bro. Have your videos ever gotten you in trouble? Like, you know, like maybe someone telling you to delete it or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, bro. They almost banned me from a high school prom.
Really?
Yeah, bro, because somebody said like a joke on my podcast. Somebody was like, "Women shouldn't be allowed to vote," and I just like laughed, and I got interrogated by the principal and the vice principal because apparently members of the community were complaining about that. And I told them, I'm like,
Really?
I don't even believe that. Like, I don't even believe that women should be allowed to vote. I literally just like laughed at a joke, but I guess that shows the influence that I'm having now, where somebody can say a joke on my
Mm,
podcast and it like creates like that much of a ripple effect. That's kind of insane.
mm.
But yeah, I got kind of in trouble for that. Dude, there's been like yeah, people were like putting up posters of me downtown trying to like cancel me and like dox my school. Yeah, dude, I've had days where like I wouldn't be in the class and there's like this like liberal like transgender girl or whatever that would like start talking shit about me. Like every time I would like be like late to class or wouldn't show up, we'd have like a thing called like class discussion or community time. And she just like
Mm.
started yapping about me. They like pull up my Twitter. Like there's one time like my friend sent me a video. Everybody in the class just pulled up my Twitter and they're just like reading my tweets out loud. And I'm like, holy fuck, that's kind of aura. I'm not gonna lie. Like they're treating me like I'm
Mm.
fucking Kanye West, bro. But yeah, dude, there's been some weird experiences with my YouTube.
Yeah. Speaking of Kanye, bro, imagine if you had Kanye on our podcast and you spoke to him, bro. Would you want to
I
do
mean,
that?
I mean, dude, I think one of the 2 or 3 people that Kanye follows me, and that's Sneako.
Mm.
So, dude, I'm somewhat like I have mutuals with Kanye, which is crazy. Like I literally have mutuals with Kanye. That's
Yeah.
kind of nuts. But I mean, dude, I could see it happening one day. Like, I think after I get the Tate podcast, that's gonna really open me up to having like much bigger people on. So
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%, bro.
yeah, like
Yeah,
that's gonna probably like double or triple my followers just like that.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, but I
it's gonna
can't.
be great.
I really can't imagine a podcast between you and Kanye, bro. That would be like, or like, yay, whatever. Like that would be
Yeah.
like fucking crazy.
Can you see it happening though in your mind? Like, can you see it?
I mean, yeah, bro, but like, holy shit, like you'd burst out laughing so many times. It's so because he says the most outrageous shit, bro. Yeah, I'd die. Like, or like he puts on the KKK mask. He just shows up
Oh,
with that or something like that.
bro, that guy's unhinged. Bro, that guy's nuts. I love him
Actually,
though.
I
Like, I
actually
don't
have a
agree, but I
KKK
love him.
mask as well. It's black.
What?
I have a white KKK mask actually, not black.
Why? What the
I
fuck?
just bought it for a call with the boys. Right. I might show you after the call, but I'm not gonna put it on a call. But
Bro, that's brutal, bro. That's brutal.
yeah, man. Yeah, but hey, it costs like $10, So it's like, hey, it's whatever. I shipped it from Germany.
Dude, I dare you to dress up like that for Halloween, bro.
I don't really know, bro. Holy shit, bro. That white T-shirt with the swastika that Kanye sold, that would be cool.
Did you cop that?
Nah. Of course I didn't, bro. But that I'm just saying, like, bro. I don't think that if you walked with that in public that you'd be safe, really.
Yeah. Your thing just cut out a little. I think you're back now.
Ah, yeah, my bad.
Okay, bet. Yeah, dude, you definitely wouldn't, especially in Canada. They have like hate speech laws, so you'd probably get arrested.
Yo, speaking of that, I'm gonna show you something.
Oh god, he's grabbed the KKK mask, guys. Holy shit, this is the end of our careers, bro. What the fuck?
Nah, bro, this is even better, bro. I'm safe wearing this in Europe because it's okay, but if I wear this in the US, I've heard that it's not probably the best thing. You can read it.
What does that say? Real.
No.
What is it? It is backwards.
Oh, it's backwards. It says
I see
breathe.
the N word.
Yeah, it
Wait.
says breathe air, and the Andrew Tate meme, breathe air,
And then the N word.
Yeah, this was for a meme coin that we had, right? Smack. I still hold a lot of Smack, but it's like this was one of them, and Andrew Tate. Neo on Twitter, if you know it. Neo is related to Andrew Tate, like he's followed by him, whatever. So he reposted this exact meme, so we decided to put it on a merch since he retweeted it.
Bro, that's nuts, bro. So you're actually chill to wear that.
Yeah, I worn this at the gym once.
Damn, bro, because wearing that where I'm from, like, you'd probably get in trouble.
Again, bro, I'm in the middle of Europe. I'm pretty safe here, bro. Everybody says the N-word. I say the N-word so many times in public, bro. I don't care. But it's like in the US, I would control myself, obviously.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, like how it's like so different.
Yeah, like
Jeez.
here actually the word black is like pretty similar to that. So yeah, it's like even in Italian, negro is black. It's like that's the definition of the color black. So if you want,
True,
it's like
true.
Europe it doesn't really mean anything, But it's like for some reason Americans actually take that word like it's a fucking curse word, or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But it's like, yeah, this type of stuff is just. When you do some hilarious stuff like this that maybe be a little bit over the top, these are the moments that you remember for some reason, bro.
True. Yeah, man, that's true, bro. That's true. The KKK outfit's a little bit nuts, but I mean, hey, fair play, great play.
Oh man, or how he had the swastika chain, right? The diamond chain.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The guy's insane.
Oh man. But bro, you know what I would want to see? How Andrew and Tristan Tate were in his studio, right? I want to see that whole video.
Yeah, did they ever drop that or no?
No, they didn't. I don't
thought
think
they were doing
so.
a podcast, right? They're doing a podcast together.
I think so, but they never released it, or not that I know of it. I was looking for it, bro. I would watch it immediately, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Dude, they gotta drop that, bro. That's weird. Hey, that's something I could ask Tate, though, on the pod if they haven't already dropped it. I'm like, what happened with you and Ye? That's a good question, yeah.
Yeah, bro, when Andrew Tate was on Rob Moore with Bonnie Blue, I watched that thing. It was the most hilarious shit ever, bro. Like, she was trying to riz him up, towards the end.
Yeah.
Like, that was the funniest thing ever.
Tate was kind of playing 3D chess, though. Like, he kind of exposed, like, how feminism's, like, corrupting society.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, Tate, why would you platform Bonnie?" But it's like it kind of like reflects. Like I think it was good because it kind of like shows people like this is the result. Like Bonnie Blue is what
Yeah.
you get with feminism.
But again,
You know?
she knows what she's doing. I think that she's pretty based, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of was like I kind of like obviously I think it's like discussing what she does, but I mean she
Yeah.
speaks some facts.
Yeah, I'd honestly rather take someone like Bonnie than rather than some girl that's doing something similar to this, not on the same scale, but just
Yeah, true.
pretends that she's a wifey or whatever,
Yeah,
like
one
the
of those
born
trad
again
girls or
virgins
whatever.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, but like you know what? I feel like so many guys kind of know it, like in the back of their mind, that their girlfriends are not as pure as they think, but they just close their eyes to it, because they don't have the
Yeah,
ambition of becoming a man that deserves a better woman. You know what I mean?
yeah, they settle. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was Zherka made like a tweet. He was like young men. There's nothing gayer than young men in relationships.
Mm.
It is like some said something about like building your empire. I'm like that's kind of true because like the type of girl you can attract when you're like young isn't necessarily the peak that you will be able to attract when you're like already like established. Like imagine the type of girls that'll be into you when you've already kind of like built your name. Yeah, that's what Zerka said. He's like build your name. Like it's just like it's such a difference. You go from like probably like five, six, and sevens to like tens just by like building
Yeah,
yourself that type of
I don't
man.
know. I think that there are some lucky guys out there, but the thing is, I'd say that those stories when the guy builds his empire, or like like she stayed where she was broke, whatever. Like those are some really nice stories. Like for example, that picture over there, right? That was my girlfriend painted it for me, right?
Yeah,
She knows that I love Spain from 18th century, so she took like 2 weeks out of her time to paint it for me. She's a painter, right? So
yeah.
like she's a talented girl, bro. So it's like that was like best gift I ever received from a girl, bro. Like honestly,
Yeah,
this means so much more to me than any other gift I ever got, bro.
yeah.
Because she actually put like 2 weeks of work into it, So that was like the
Uh,
nicest thing a girl has ever done for me, honestly.
yeah. That's
Stuff like
valid,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, when did you start working out, bro? You're fucking jacked. Like you're the biggest sleeper build ever, bro. Like you don't look jacked in the t-shirt right now, or like I see your shoulders, whatever. Like to the
Yeah.
normal eye, people wouldn't like say it, but like, bro, you're fucking jacked, bro. When did you start working out?
I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, I've been lifting for like 2 years now. So I think it was like,
Mm.
yeah, it was like 2023 when I started.
Holy shit,
But
dude. I've been lifting for 3 years, and you got a better physique than me, bro. What the fuck?
I mean, bro, the
Kind
thing
of
is, though,
jealous.
I have like a crazy foundation because I'm not sure if you saw the TV show American Ninja Warrior. Do you know what that is? Like with the
No, I don't know.
obstacles, it's like an obstacle course for like adults and stuff, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
crazy, like hard work. I used to be so into that we actually built some of it in my backyard, and that's like
Mm.
super like it requires your strength like hella. So I've always been strong like because of that. Like I've always been like an
Mm.
athletic kid. Yeah, I've always been like an athlete. So like going to the gym, like the gym's way easier than like the stuff I used to do. Like I can't even do the stuff I used to do anymore. So like
Mm.
going from that to the gym is like, yeah, the gym's pretty lightweight. Like it's pretty chill. So I just kind of grinded that out. And yeah, I just have like
Mm.
I work really hard, I eat really good, and I just have like really good like chest genetics, which like kind of builds
Mm.
the whole physique. But I appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like, man, after the while, bro, the gym just becomes fun. It's not, it doesn't require any discipline. But for me, boxing, bro, I've been almost a year been boxing, bro. And I'll tell you, bro, to this day, I'm not looking forward to sparring, bro. I fucking dread it, bro. Like everybody's fucking been in my boxing, my fight club for like 3-4 years. So everybody's fucking whooping my ass. I'm the little bro there. Everybody's 20 plus for some reason. There's one guy that's 19, so he's a year older than me. But everybody's been training for such a long time, right? And it's like I'm getting my ass whooped there. So it's like that's the thing. I'm not enjoying boxing as much as I am the gym. So it's like it's kind of like when Tate said that going to the gym is basically a rest day. I feel that, bro. I like when I'm
Yeah.
going to the gym, I'm looking forward to it. When I'm supposed to have sparrings, like when I'm just doing the drills, whatever, that's fun. But when I'm doing sparrings, it's like it's fun if it's someone that at my skill level. But bro, sparrings with someone, a dude that's been training for 5 years, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. He's always light sparring it, and he's fucking going in hard, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I feel like that would be super fun though. Like I really just like you saying that I really want to like spar somebody that's like kind of my skill level. Even like somebody that's like below my skill level. That'd be like that's kind of sounds fucked up, but that'd be like so much fun. Just like beat the shit out of somebody. Like I don't know. Like, that's
Yeah.
kind of fucked up to say, but
Yeah, like
dude,
I'm not gonna lie,
sparring.
man. If it wasn't fun, I would have stopped going. So it is some sort of fun. It's just like it's painful fun, you know. Like in the gym,
Yeah,
you kind of control how much pain you're gonna absorb, right? And then you put the weight down. Bro, here
yeah,
you're completely not in control. It's like just up down to your skill, you know.
yeah.
But yeah, man, boxing. I love boxing, but I'd still prefer like the gym, you know, like the weightlifting, etc. Just because you know I have the ego there. I feel like I'm good at it, whatever.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, man, it's like another skill that I would love to have one boxing fight in my life at least, like within the
Yeah.
next few years. Obviously, yeah, I'd love that. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't want to be a full time boxer. I don't even think that I started kind of too late at 17. But because most boxers actually start like when they're like 5 or 6 years old or whatever, like you know,
Yeah.
like most of the really like good boxers, the famous ones or whatever. So it's like, yeah, I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm just like, I don't even have the desire to, you know.
Dude, my biggest thing is I just don't want to get like a concussion or get like brain damage. Because if you get punched in the head enough, bro, you start like losing your mind and like licking like like frog poison like Mike Tyson, right?
Bro, you sound like a mom. You sound like the type of excuses a mom would say for her
No,
son
I
not to go
know,
to
bro, but
box.
look at people like Mike Tyson. Like he's literally licking Todd or frog
I
toad
mean, yeah,
poison to get high. Like I don't know.
yeah,
Like some people just lose their minds. But I mean, yeah.
yeah,
Like one thing that Zherka said is like the most confidence building thing that you could go through is getting punched in the face, and that's like the
yeah,
moment that you realize that you're not built of glass. Like humans are a lot
yeah,
more durable. So
yeah. And another thing is also the first few months are the biggest ROI to 80/20 because you really like the reflex is to close your eyes when you're about to get hit in your face, right? It's a human reflex instinct, whatever. You have to unlearn that. So what like the coach would do, he would spray water in your face just for you to not blink, to not stop closing your eyes when you're getting punched in the face so you
yeah,
can see where it's coming from actually. So
yeah,
that was the biggest thing, bro. I would like whenever I like someone would swing at me, I would just close my eyes and just like try to avoid it, but I wouldn't see it and I wouldn't throw back, right?
yeah.
So that was the most important thing. Obviously, so much stuff like footwork, etc. That's fun. It's not fun to learn. It ain't. But once you get the drill of it and you know kind of a little bit of what you're doing, it's kind of fun to at least try. You know.
Have you ever
But
got like fucked up? Like have you ever got like a bloody nose and stuff?
I've got bloody nose, but never broken nose or a black eye. Nah, never got knocked out like completely. Nah, not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, dude, I'd definitely be down to like, cause you know, Aiden Ross does like a brand risk like event where it's like
Mm.
influencer boxing. I'd be down to fight somebody at that eventually.
Yeah, bro. That'd be fire, bro.
That'd be
Yeah,
scary though, bro, because that's like streamed to like 100,000 people. Plus, you got a live audience. Like that's a
yeah.
lot of people.
Bro, Aiden Ross, bro. I'd love to speak to him one day. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
yeah,
Speaking to
yeah.
him would be
I'm
super
trying to network with
fire.
him too, because like I've had a lot of people I know that like have spoken to him, so I'm trying to get into that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Man, like I'm in the process of building my own like in I'm thinking I wanted to build my in real life studio like in an
Yeah,
apartment, etc. But bro, I'm like in the middle of fucking nowhere in Europe, bro. Like nobody's gonna fly down here, especially when you're small. So if anything, it would have to be in a place like Miami or I don't know, Tampa or something like that, where somebody like would actually go down there anyways. So
yeah,
like my first goal right now is like actually to move to the US, but my country should stop being so fucking Jewish and give me the green card because I applied already, but they didn't allow me. It didn't approve me, right? I don't know why I didn't get approved, but for some reason I didn't. So I'm gonna
yeah,
try again in a few months. But yeah, man, going to the US is like one of the first steps that I really want to do, bro. Holy shit!
yeah,
Especially with my content, English speaking content. I'm posting it in my language here, and people from here don't really speak English, so I have to use VPNs when I post something on YouTube so that it gets recommended to the US audience. That's another like thing that really annoyed me. And when I'm posting
yeah,
something on my phone, I had those I bought a US SIM card, but obviously it was expired already for like $40. So it didn't work and it was a waste of $40. I tried so much stuff, for my content to get actually recommended to the English speaking audience. And I finally found a way with the VPN, but bro, it was a fucking hassle. So that's like one thing that I would love to live in the US for.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like just being in Miami, you're around like a lot of other influencers too, so it kinda, like it opens a lot of doors.
Yeah, a guy that I follow that follows me back, Jabber. He's he's on Instagram like bruh, it's red. He has like 10K followers right now. He's in Miami right now, right? And he's networking with a lot of people. He's actually like, you know, like the Miami lifestyle, like the penthouses, the Corvettes, and the S-Class Mercedes or whatever. Like he's actually like living that right now. But he was in the school community. And we were, bro, I remember I saw this guy just literally move from Algeria to fucking Miami right now, man. It's so crazy. We still talk to this day, but it's just like, it's so inspiring to see someone like that. And he's only like a year or two older than me. So when you see someone from your circle just level up so quickly, it just fucking pushes you even more. Like, how am I gonna let this motherfucker go?
Exactly.
Move up so much.
Dude,
quicker,
they say you need at least like you need to be making like $8,000 a month to like live in Miami.
What the fuck you talking about, bro? 80K a month?
No, not 80K, just 8,000.
Ah, 8K. Yeah, probably yeah.
Bro, 80 would be fucking nuts.
Yeah, 80. I think 80. Even in Dubai, you could survive at like 10, 15. I think.
Yeah. No, all you need is like 8,000, but that's like not living like that's like living in like a kind of a basic place.
Yeah.
If you want to like expensive,
obviously.
you need more. But you could live, you could survive in Miami for like 5 to 8K a month.
Yeah. Bro, to live in fucking Prague or Warsaw, bro, you need like 1K. It's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And the thing is, it's a big city. It's the capital city of the country, but you can still find like apartments for like maybe $800 a month, even cheaper. Obviously, it's like downtown, whatever. But like 5 miles away, you have the big city center where you're gonna see a Urus, you're gonna see a fucking Rolls Royce Phantom or whatever. So it's like, you get the best of both worlds. You get a fucking cheap ass place, but like literally 5 miles away, you get to the big city where all the ballers are, right? In a big city. And it's like, it's kind of like, it's hard to network here because most of them don't speak English. Most of them actually are old school businessmen, like, you know, not online entrepreneurs, whatever. It's like kind of hard to network in Europe. So that's why I'd say that like big American cities are probably the best for it, in my opinion. Like LA, probably places like that, I can imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Man, you know what I started noticing, bro? So many people are so fucking fat nowadays, and it's so normal, bro. Like, what would we call like 15 years ago, like fucking obese? Nowadays, it's just a dad bod. Why did like the standard just lowered so much?
Dude, because you got to be accepting of everybody now, right? Like, they invented like a new word, right? Like fat phobic. You can't be fat phobic. So if you challenge somebody's like unhealthiness, that makes you fat phobic.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
bro. If you saw my story today, bro, holy shit.
Dude, it's just a reflection on how society's going in the wrong direction, bro. That's all it really is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, bro, honestly, I got bullied in middle school for being like a fat kid, and honestly that got me into the gym when I was like 15, so I'm like kind of glad for it. Actually, my brother like kind of was always making fun of me, like saying that I got tits like a woman, bro. I had hips like a woman. I'm like shaped like a ugly woman, and I was like, fuck you, you know. But I knew that my brother was kind of right. That's why it offended me, right? But
eventually, bro, that could be motivating. That could be the most motivating stuff, you know.
Yeah, bro, he's 6 years older, right? Then bro, he got me into the gym, you know? So that's like one thing I'm gonna be grateful for forever, bro. But I feel like even people respect you less, especially as a man, bro. Like, okay, there are guys that love fat girls, whatever. But like, if you're a fat guy, like, do you think that fucking Zherka or Sneako would come on your podcast if you were fucking 280 pounds, 300 pounds?
Probably not, bro. They see I'm like young, ambitious, and in shape. Like, it definitely helps.
Imagine if you're fucking fat as fuck, bro. If you're like obese, bro. Holy shit, man. They would think.
Like even tonight, like I'm going to the pool with like a girl. I'm gonna be like shirtless. Like imagine if I was fat, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or like
I feel like that gives me so much more confidence because I love going to the sauna and just like talking to so many people, like meeting new people. And I feel like being like jacked like gives me confidence to do that.
Yeah. Well, we were speaking about test max in the sauna, bro. Tip is always put a wet towel under your balls so that your
Mhm.
balls don't overheat in there. So like
Yeah,
that's the thing that I
it's
started
very
doing when I
true.
went in the sauna.
Because sometimes I just take a water bottle, like cold water, just like pour it on my nuts halfway through. Because
Yeah.
like I heard if your balls get too warm, it's bad, right? Like it makes you infertile or
Yeah.
whatever.
Like I don't wear underwear when I'm at home, right? Because there's no real reason to.
Uh,
But like, yeah, bro. Especially cold showers in the morning, like that actually boosts your test. It's been proven. People say that the
yeah.
cortisol, the stress hormone, lowers it, bro. It doesn't. That's not true. That's adrenaline. That's not cortisol. Cortisol is like 10 minutes plus, like a stress, like you're stressed about something. Adrenaline is completely different. Adrenaline is when you're getting in a fight with someone. Adrenaline is the fight or flight. Adrenaline is when a dog is running after you. That's
Yeah.
not stress. That's adrenaline. That's a human response. Stress is
Uh-huh.
completely different. Stress is in the mind. Adrenaline is your like body's instinct. So people
Yeah.
conflate the two, right? So cold showers don't decrease stress. It actually increases it because you're cooling your balls. So like just for the skeptics, bro, cold showers don't decrease your testosterone. Fucking test maxers, bro. Come on now.
Yeah. Unless you stay in them for like 10 hours. But yeah,
Oh
no,
no,
it's true.
yeah.
I gotta get back on my cold shower arc. Today was like the first day back that I did a cold shower. Because what I did instead, and it's kind of a cope, but instead I just started doing the Ash and Hall and just like dunking my face in ice water in the morning.
I mean, yeah, but it's like the cold shower has its benefits, bro. Honestly, for
Yeah.
me, it was like these type of journals, like task lists, where I actually write down what I'm gonna do at what time. That works the best for me, to be honest. You know, so that's like the best way to keep accountable, at least for me, bro. Could you imagine if like Andrew Tate or like Tristan Tate would have saw you and you were a fat ass?
That would be brutal, bro. I feel like they just wouldn't even
Oh,
follow me.
oh, bro. Oh, hell yeah, man. Man, but
Like, did
why
you
do you?
actually? There's one kid that like came up to Tate and asked for a picture, but he was fat.
Yeah,
And Tate, did you see that clip where and Tate was like,
yeah.
"Hey,
Go to
Jim."
the gym.
Yeah,
He like
that's
he
brutal.
just like slapped him on the back afterwards and said hit the gym or something like that. That
Yeah,
was
that's
hilarious.
good, bro. That kid is
Yeah.
actually under a barbell right now as we speak.
Most probably he's
Guarantee it.
already in the gym, bro. Hopefully.
Yeah, because that clip probably went viral and his friends probably started like bullying him a little bit. And bro, he's
Yeah.
probably in the gym right now. He's got
Let's
another
hope he
full
didn't kill
save.
himself, bro.
Yeah, bro. Could you imagine?
At today's age, bro, it's kind of like a lot of kids do that shit, you know?
Yeah, true, true.
Yeah. Man, why do you think people like, like the Tates or Kanye get called crazy? Even Sneako got called Zherka too. Like Zherka is a little bit crazy, but like why do you think these people get called crazy by the masses?
I think it's because the masses are retarded, bro.
No,
Like,
it is true.
dude, that genuinely be my theory. Like, I don't know. I feel like anything that goes against societal norms is called crazy. But look at the society that we live in. Like, do you really want to conform to that? Like, I'd say hell no, bro.
Mm,
Like, I would say like it's kind of if you're not considered crazy in the society, that just means you have no personality. That just means that you're just trying so hard to fit in. I think that's the gayest thing ever is when people try to like fit
mm.
in. That's so gay, bro.
Yeah. I was walking with my girl the other day down the street and she was like, and we were in a busy street and it's summertime, so she was like, "Did you notice that you're the only guy with a tank top?" And I'm like, "Actually, yeah, every guy's wearing like a fucking t-shirt in fucking hot weather, 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know how much that is in Fahrenheit, but it's hot, And I'm like, the only guy that's wearing a tank top. Every other guy's wearing a t-shirt or like, stuff like that. And I'm like, I just noticed that, bro. Like, I actually want to wear tank tops now. I'm actually fucking confident in being shirtless, So it's like,
Yeah,
if you walk down the street, you'll see so many guys that you just don't want to be like, you know?
yeah,
You could just
very
smell
true.
the soy on them.
Yeah, like even sometimes I see people that are like rich but fat, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I'd rather just like be a little bit less rich than you, but still have like my health.
Mm.
Like I wouldn't trade places with somebody that has $10 million, but they're fat as fuck.
Well, actually, I think that you could fix that if you're not too old.
True, because it's probably easier to get jacked than it is to make
And
that 10 mil.
yeah,
So
and I feel like you know how to get jacked already. You know?
yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But do you think there's any way to be like to be real or to be based in today's world and still be liked by the majority of people?
by the majority of people. I mean, to a degree,
Mm.
like if you look at like Tate and Sneako stuff, they're still liked by like a lot of people. Like
Oh
they're
yeah,
still very
definitely.
mainstream. Like they still have that kind of like cool. Like they still collab with like people like Nelk, people like Aiden, who are very like mainstream.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, like I would even say that like Sneako's already achieved that. Like, sure, there's people that hate him, but there's also a lot of people that really like him. You know, like I
Mm.
wouldn't say he's that hated.
No, no, no. I wouldn't say so. Really, I feel
Like
like
every time he
eight.
goes out in public, he's always getting people running up to him, like, "Oh my God,
Yeah,
Sneako!" Like getting pictures with him and stuff. So
yeah. And when you mentioned Aiden, right? He's also pretty liked, but he's also pretty real sometimes, honestly. Like,
yeah, I like Aiden. He's a good. I think he's a good influence. I mean, he's had a lot of like influential people on his podcast that kind of
yeah,
push his boundaries a little too. So
yeah. I just like, there's some people like Speed that I don't really like. He's obviously owned by the by the long noses and stuff. But obviously like I can see that the guy has like kind of good intentions. Like he's not like pushing the LGBT stuff or whatever, But he's like a good kid. Like he's like our age. Like he's a couple of years older than us. I think he's like 20. I think.
mm,
But like I feel like he's obviously censored a lot. Whatever. Like he keeps it down. He's not really real if you think about it. Like Tyson or these guys.
yeah, that's true, bro. A lot
And
of the top streamers are fake. Like Kai is probably
mm,
one of the fakest people I've seen. Speed seems like he's actually like a
mm,
good person. Like obviously he's probably bought or whatever, but I mean I don't know. Speed has potential probably. Like I could see Speed doing more controversial stuff in the future, but
mm.
Kai seems like he's the type of guy that just likes to shake hands with everybody. He's all buddy buddy with
Yeah,
everybody. Like
maybe.
Kai's a dick sucker is what I'm trying to say. You know?
I
Like Kai
actually
sucks a
kind of
lot of
see
dick
that.
for sure.
Yeah.
Kai sucks
Uh,
a lot of dick for sure.
oh, I won't go into that route, bro. Yeah, but if I think about it, there are like complete like extreme people like Logan Paul who completely are puppets that will say anything they're paid for, right?
Yeah.
Like bro, like Logan Paul and KSI for example, they're the fakest. They're the fakest. That's like I'll stand by that till the grave, bro. You
Yeah.
know. But yeah, man, there are some people that are semi-real and still like on good terms with like big platforms like YouTube, etc.
Like
Like
Matan
Sneak.
Evans a good example of that. You know that kid, Matan Evan?
Oh, I don't like him. I don't like him
No,
at
he
all.
says some real stuff. I really like that kid. Why don't you like him?
Nah, he never is serious on his podcast when he's interviewing someone. Like I know that his style of comedy, but I just like not my style. He's like never serious about anything.
Bro, his
Like
podcasts are hilarious, so you can't even lie.
I mean, yeah, some clips I saw, yeah, it was funny. Just like I feel like it's just like entertainment, and it's just like I don't really watch content for entertainment anymore. So that's maybe why. I mean, I don't like literally hate the guy. It's just like I don't really have a reason to like him. Like it's like I'm
Right.
kind of neutral about him. That's basically it.
Fair game, bro. All right, bro. I gotta go eat dinner in like 10 minutes, bro. But if there's anything else that you gotta ask me, I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What would you say is the biggest L you took in your life?
Damn, bro. Biggest L that I took in my life? I'd have to think about that. Bro, I don't even know. I can't even. I don't know why. Right now, I can't even think about a single L that I took. Because every L that I took ended up just becoming a W in the end.
mm.
So, bro, I don't. Biggest L. I would say like getting cut from my little league baseball team, but then I just like made it the next year, so it wasn't that big of a
Mm.
deal. Dude, I don't, bro. I can't even answer that. I don't even try. I'm not even trying to act like cocky. I can't even answer that question. But I think I just not. I don't have enough life experience to really like have that many L's racked up. But I mean, they say you should
Mm.
try to fail more because you learn more when you're failing. And like
Yeah.
obviously, I've taken L's, but nothing that's like standing out.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Uh, what would you say that 21-year-old Tyson would tell you to do differently? What advice do
Well,
you think the older you would give you?
probably clean up my fucking room so I look more professional, bro. I've had a lot of people tell me that, bro. I've had Sonny tell me that a million times. Heel Mike told me that, bro. I've had a lot of people tell me that. Honestly, I don't know why I'm so fucking lazy. But yeah, I will. I'm gonna make this whole thing look way more professional.
Oh
And I
man.
think 21-year-old me would be looking back like, bro, you're interviewing Sneako in a messy room. Like, what the hell are you doing?
But I
So
feel like
I don't
that
know,
vibe
bro.
suits you, bro. Honestly,
What?
that vibe suits you.
You think so? I think that's
Mm.
one of the reasons I haven't changed. Is it kind of adds to that whole like young, ambitious podcaster. If I
Yeah.
look too professional, it's gonna take away from that, right?
Like, bro, you have time to be professional when you're old, bro. Like, bro,
Yeah,
my room ain't super professional either. Like, it's just simple. Whatever.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. True.
Anyways, I want to get some rapid fire questions before we wrap up.
Sure. Yeah.
What's the best and worst advice you've been given?
The best and worst. Shit. I'd say maybe the best advice that I've been given so far is what Sneako told me when he says he doesn't believe in a plan B. He says
Mm.
you shouldn't. People that have plan Bs tend to go less hard for plan A. So the person that has a plan B is gonna always know that they have that pillow and that fallback option. Whereas the person that only has a plan A has to make plan A work. And he was talking to me about
Mm.
like one of his friends that was like trying to do YouTube, but he also had like a degree. He was like, dude, this guy, if he locked in, would be at like 1 million subs by now. But since he
Mm.
has that backup plan of his degree, now he's like half-assing his YouTube. He only has like 1,000 subscribers, and he's more locked in on Plan B. One time
Mm.
I asked one of my friends, I'm like, "What do you want to do with your life?" This guy pitched me his entire backup plan. I'm like, "Okay, so what's your plan A?" He's like, "I don't know yet." So this guy
Ah,
has his entire backup plan worked out from head to toe and doesn't even know his
man.
plan A. So that's probably the best thing that Sneako told me on my podcast is like on my podcast with him is like, yeah, don't have a plan B, bro. Just
Mm.
plan A. Like, are you really that much of a bitch that you can't just believe in yourself for once in your life and just have a
Mm.
plan A? You know, like seriously, it's true, bro. Just go all in,
Mm.
man. Plan A. And worst advice? Fuck. Oh, worst advice. Worst advice, bro. I've had people just tell me, like, bro, just like start saying the N word on your podcast. Like that'd get a lot of views. Like, just like start like doing the Hitler salute on your podcast. That's probably the worst advice because
Oh
that's just
man,
retarded. People are just trying to like get me
bro.
canceled. I don't
You
know.
do
That's
that
that's
off call. You do that like with the boys. You don't do that fucking on the podcast, bro.
yeah, that's just stupid, bro. That's just
You
stupid.
know, in my 52 podcasts, I've never even once said the N word, and that's good.
Yeah, I've
That's
never
good for
said it
me,
either. I've never
bro.
said
I
it
probably
either.
said the N word like over 100 times in my lifetime, bro. But like, I've never said it like.
Bro, don't admit to that on the podcast, bro. They're gonna get you, bro. Hey, as far as we know, I've never said that word in my life. I'm squeaky
Huh.
clean.
Interesting.
I don't admit to shit.
Yeah, that's probably good, bro. I admitted to my fucking stuff, bro. Yo, what would you say was the proudest moment in your life?
Bro, right after I did that Sneako podcast, I remember going to
Mm.
the gym after. I remember just like hopping on the bus to the gym and just thinking like I'm fucking him. I remember
Mm.
at the gym, I was just going so hard. I was like telling everybody because I saw people I knew in there. I'm like, bro, I just interviewed Sneako, and they're like, no
Yeah.
fucking way, like pulling it up. I was in the
Uh.
gym, just bro, I felt like an absolute giga chad, bro, because that was crazy, bro. That was like my biggest goal was to interview Sneako. I felt so proud, but yeah, also hitting my first 1,000 subs on YouTube, I was definitely proud.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm just proud in general with like my progress in the gym. I'm proud of that. Yeah, dude. Couple just stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
How would you describe yourself in 2 words?
I wanted to say that. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know, bro. 2 words, bro. I don't know, bro. I'd say I got leader energy, so maybe leader and just like ambitious or just like confident and ambitious, bro. I'd say those are like my
Mm.
two main traits, just confidence and ambition. Yeah.
Love that. If you could talk to anyone in the world, who would you have a conversation with? If you could just choose someone right now.
Damn. It might be Tate, bro. It might actually be Tate.
Interesting.
I mean, the thing is though, the people that you can't, the people that you'd be the most saddest without being able to talk to is probably your parents, and like you're
Oh
not gonna
yeah.
be you're not gonna have them forever, and that's one of the things that you take for granted is like you could go have a conversation with them right now, but if they weren't there, then they would be the people in the whole world that you'd want to talk
Yeah,
to. So
that's
people
so
don't even
true.
realize that. Like you could go talk to them right now if you're lucky enough. But if they weren't there, then you'd do anything to get that conversation. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, as of right now, it'd probably be Andrew Tate. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. That'd be pretty dope. Or like
Yeah.
Trump, maybe that'd be cool.
Yeah, I want to
I
say
ask him why
Trump.
he's getting tagged by Netanyahu.
I want to say Trump or Elon, to be honest. One of those two, honestly. That would
Yeah,
be fucking cool.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So what's next for you, man, in the next, let's say till the end of the year? What do you plan on doing?
What's next for me? I'm doing another podcast with Sneako, which is gonna be awesome because
W.
he told me when I get 40,000 followers on X, he'll do another podcast. And right now I'm at like 37,000, so I'm gonna hit 40,000
Oh,
very soon.
W.
Gonna do
Bro, I
another
should follow you on
podcast.
X, bro.
What?
I'll follow you on X, bro. I don't use
Oh
X
shit!
that
What's
much.
your name on X?
The same as on Instagram and everywhere else.
Okay, got you, got you. Yeah, I'll follow you after the pod. But yeah, bro,
Yeah.
I'm almost at the 40K, so it's Sneako pod. I'm trying to get the Tate pod. I'm not sure how soon because I don't want to leak the DMs, but I mean, I think he wants to do it in person, so that's kind of sick. That's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
Andrew
but-
hasn't done really that many online podcasts except for Candace in the last few years.
yeah,
Not that
exactly.
many.
I told him like I'll fly out to you. You know, I just graduated high school. I'll fly out to you. So yeah, I just want to keep building my connections, building my content, kind of like branching out too, because I feel like I might not be in like the best like niche right now. Like I'm really trying to see like what I can do, like branch out and
Mhm.
like almost do like slightly more mainstream content, like slightly more like kind of that youthful like hype kind of energy.
Yeah,
Like
I'd say do
you
what
know,
feels authentic to you.
exactly, yeah. So I'm trying to like I'm still at a point like a transition period where I'm trying to see where I want to go with my platform, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep doing podcasts, and then I want to do like more mom reacts videos too, because those are always fun. Like just like reacting to videos with my mom, kind of like what Sunny did.
I feel like the best advice from Hamza was on a coaching call. He actually just said, "You are the niche. Stop looking for a niche. You know, like you can make videos about anything and people will watch. That's what the type of audience that you want. People that like you, don't like the topics that you talk about. They like you in general.
Yeah.
And they care about whatever you care about. That's actually the type of audience that you should want. I feel like the majority of people.
That's why it's
Man,
so
what-
bad to do politic content, because when you're not talking about politics or when you say something people disagree with, then they just stop watching.
Yeah, bro. That's why I'm never gonna go into that niche, bro. I'll
Yeah.
stay away from that.
It's easy views, but at the same time, like it's just not like quality views.
Yeah. Like I'll say my opinions, but I never make like a whole video dedicated towards that, bro. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
where can people find you?
Where can people find me? So Tyson Hockley on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Rumble. It's just I don't know. I'm pretty much everywhere. Just Tyson Hockley. Hockey is like hockey with an L, so Hockley.
Mhm.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're Canadian, Tyson Hockey." But yeah, Tyson Hockley everywhere. Pull up, and yeah, you'll see me interviewing Andrew Tate very soon. Maybe even having Trump on one day. Who knows, man? The sky's the limit. So,
Yeah.
dude, I appreciate you for having me
Bro,
on.
yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely, bro. This guy is fucking on fire, guys, bro. I can't wait to see where you're going next half a year. Guys, thanks a lot for watching till the end. See y'all on the next one.
Appreciate it, man. Take care.